Hello again, everyone. It's Vince from TradingWinds.com, and this is our update for November 15th, 2020. Hope everyone's having a great weekend so far. Let's take a quick look at how things finished off on Friday. We had another strong day. The Dow finished up just about 400 points. And, after breaking above this near range high here, it came back to retest and so far has held. So it certainly looks like we should be in for a move to fresh new all-time highs here this week. The S&P 500, let me bring that chart up. That was up about 48 points here, also looking quite good. NDX also higher by 120 points on Friday. Now, we're a little further away from those highs. This is still in the middle of that range, but we did get a new re-entry signal here. So that's interesting. And certainly the Russell having a decent day as well. It was higher by 35 points, or a little over 2%. And you can see we closed just above this recent high. So that looks good for a continuation of that move higher. If we look at the oil market, oil was down $1 or almost 2.5% on Friday, although it remains well within that range. So still nothing overly exciting there. Gold did move higher by almost 15 points, but still having a difficult time getting above that 20-period moving average. The dollar index on Friday, as you can see here, again, struggling to get above that 20 and actually selling off on Friday, closing lower. Now, we're still in that range. Remember, these lows here, just above 92, are crucial. And really, that's the level that we should keep an eye on. And so, getting rejected again at the 20, not a good sign for the dollar overall. If we broaden the scope a little and look at the, let me just change chart layouts here, go to the default. Look at the different sectors here, starting off with materials. You can see we're back to that level of support, but we do have some slope there. So we may just see a nice little bounce and a move higher like the index charts are telling us we should expect. Communication sector doing the same thing, also looking pretty good. Energy, you know what? Not bad at all considering what happened to oil. So, after taking out this recent high here, this one has moved higher, but it is or should find some resistance overhead nearby here, near 37. So we'll see if it has enough to get above that level or not. Should be tested this week. Next is financial sector, and this looks good as well for a breakout out of this range. After busting above these highs, pulled back a little. Friday got a nice little pop. We'll see if it can continue this week. Certainly looks like it should. Industrials looking great here. Looking for a push to new all-time highs as well. The tech sector, kind of, kind of just consolidating there, still a little quieter than most. We saw a bit of a rotation out of tech early in the week, this past week, but overall still looks pretty good. Consumer staples, it looks great. Looks like a breakout here, and if we mark it right at the high of this bar, of the September 3rd bar, you can see we're right there. If we put it to the body of that candle, we have moved higher. So again, I expect this to push through this week and move on to new highs. Real estate sector, seen a bit of a pop on Friday. Still remains in this range, but getting closer to a potential breakout there. Utilities has momentum behind this, should have enough to get back to this area here, which is around 71 was the high there. We're at 66, so still have potential $5 move there. The healthcare sector, we get a re-entry there. Bit of a slope, breakout above those highs. That looks good for a continuation of that move. And consumer discretionary stocks also getting a re-entry. Not much in the way of momentum at all. If anything, it's pointing against us here, pointing lower. So, but there are positives here. If you look a little closer, we did move from below to above that moving average, came back and have held it so far. So, we could push higher, and certainly if we get above the November 9th candle high, we're off and running. But, this re-entry point here on Friday, certainly not looking as strong as many others that we see on other charts. And by the way, I will expect to have several more of those for you to share with you during Monday's live market chat, which kicks off at 1 p.m. Eastern. So looking ahead for news this week, fairly light week actually. Monday, not much to talk about. Tuesday, we get retail sales and the Red Book report. On Wednesday, we get the MBA mortgage apps number, building permits, and housing starts. On Thursday, I don't see jobless claims listed, but we usually get that number every week, so I would expect to see that. But listed here is existing home sales, and nothing really to report on Friday. Aside from that, we do have a number of big companies reporting earnings this week. Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, Target, Macy's, just to name a few. So a lot of retailers. This is the big week for retailers, and that'll give us at least an idea of how some of these stocks have fared throughout this whole COVID situation. Speaking of COVID, cases continue to be at awful levels, so that is not a good sign. But again, as far as the index charts go, they do look strong here and look like we are going to push off to a fresh new all-time high. So that's what we're looking forward to this week. Please come out and join us on Monday, 1 p.m. Eastern. I hope to see you there. But that's about it for now. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you on our next update.